which is just exactly how Starbound does it.
No, Skyrim does not have block-by-block shipbuilding.
Well, okay, there's mods that do
Right.
it. Starbound doesn't actually have like real ship movement or ship fighting at all.
Right.
You're home. Hey, I got you something. Hope you like it.
But I'm really looking forward to work with this Black Princess style.
I don't know. I don't like that blocky system.
You're back. Could you give me an allowance? You're the best. Thanks. Somebody help.
Never should have come here.
Kind of funny if someone attacks my house in Skyrim, they get attacked by my horse, a different horse called Frost, Shadowmere, me, Ceylon, Ysolda, and the Housecarl. They get absolutely yeeted.
Yeah, it's like attacking a castle. So for the different room types and modules, I made a schematic system. So players have to like, collect schematics somehow in order to be able to build things. But at that point, currently it just costs money to build things.
You're back. Did you get me a present?
Ceylon. Ceylon's the best follower. I can explain why in a bit.
Aww.
Ceylon right here from Downgrade DLC he scales infinitely, which only a few of them do. That's really good. He has like the third highest HP, and I want my follower to be a sponge, an attack sponge, just take damage. And he is the only follower that has how the follower system works in this game is they get like a certain amount of priority, certain level of priority for certain skill levelings. He has highest priority for block, heavy armor, and one-handed. So he's exactly what I'd want. He can block to absorb damage, and he has heavy armor to absorb as much damage as possible. So that's why I think he's the best.
Honored
And
to see you
one-handed
again, my
fits.
Thane.
Huh?
Because I have Fortify one-handed. That's why. That's why.
What's the hurry?
two-handed is gonna take so long, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I should get Lover's Comfort. Or do this. Take off the Ethereal Crown. Sleep for an hour. Lover's Comfort. Ethereal Crown. Alright, now I have a 50% XP bonus. Shadowmere, come here, you little bitch. Jeez, this is slow. Ooh, 92. What's Elemental Fury?
Is that the one that makes
Faster
you attack
weapons.
faster?
Yeah, I'm gonna use that.
It only works on unenchanted weapons.
What?
It's really stupid. Unless it's fixed by the unofficial patch.
Right, that might. Hang it up. It's not fixed.
Oh.
Alright, guess we just gotta keep whacking Shadowmere.
Or you could just use an unenchanted one.
I don't have an unenchanted two-handed weapon. I have to go craft one, and that might be the play to craft one. So, you think it's worth enchanting a dummy set of armor with fortified two-handed?
What level two-handed are you at?
90.
And does it actually help the leveling?
Why wouldn't it? It'd make it do more damage.
I'm just not exactly sure.
Ooh, two-handed increase to 93. God, this is taking so long. Honestly, I think at this point, though, it might be better to keep doing this. And I have to redo this with archery. Archery, damn it. Though archery might go faster if I use something like the best way to level blocks is just walking into a mammoth and a giant mammoth.
Yeah, just block a stupid amount of damage.
And I can just use restoration the other hand. Ooh, two-handed to 94, man. I think it'll only take about 10 more minutes, maybe like 15. Not too bad.
I guess.
You know what? I might as well make fortified two-handed potions, though. Dragon's tongue, troll fat? I mean, that seems pretty easy to do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Troll fat's annoying because it weighs so much and you get so much of it.
I'm at my house, though. I have everything in here already. 45 troll fat. I mean, I only need, like, 122 dragon tongue. Only need, like, 10 potions, I would think. And Lydia's alright. Not a big fan of Lydia, but she's alright. Troll fat. You put the alchemy gear on. And then you do fortified two-handed. Yeah, you know what? 10's gonna work for me. Alright, and then with your...
I now have doors and walls that you can put around the ship.
Interesting.
So you can actually make real rooms now. And I think it looks really nice.
What if you just allowed the user to resize those shapes and make them into different shapes?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to... Like, with Galactic Princess, like, you can have... There's a few different room sizes. Or room shapes. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. I'm just going to send you this because I want to know if this is what you're thinking of when you say reshape rooms. You see the very far right room?
Really horrible quality. I guess.
I'm going to mix it easier. It's higher quality.
There. Yes. I see.
So something like that is doable.
How?
And
Just by,
especially
like,
if
adding that shape into the user's
well,
person.
that's one option. Or the player can like draw an area that is then removed from the floor. That would be very doable. Because that system like basically already needs to be implemented in order to have damage look nice.
But,
So
like,
this
making them bigger.
making what bigger? Like the rooms bigger?
Yeah.
I mean, you can always just make them longer and have multiple floors.
Yeah, that's what I don't like, is all the floors are, like, set size. You can't have any offsets, you can't have any variations.
Well,
It's so ugly to me.
I feel like just having, like me just adding doors now makes things so much cooler. Just because, like, see how different each of these rooms is? Or are?
I mean, yeah, but my whole issue is how the height is the exact same. It looks like rows of rooms. Like, you can't get away with that. Even in that Galactic Princess franchise. I don't like.
The problem with changing that is just, I mean, I guess
Like, what if you were able to, like...
one room could just be a floorless room. Like, so it could just extend it, basically.
I mean, one room per person.
I'll show you what I mean. That might be a good idea.
But why not have many rooms before this? Why just...
'Cause Well, like the floorless room being an option for things to build.
Oh, I see.
Thing is, like then you'd have to design the tops of all these modules, and that just like all the modules are designed to just have that height.
What do you mean by module?
So what I'm calling the things that each so a ship is composed of rooms, and the rooms have 4 module slots, which could be an elevator, a door, a wall, or the other thing I have currently implemented is just this random tank. And they're all designed to just use. They're all designed to look nice with a room being of that height.
$99. Two handeds at $99.
Yeah, that's quicker than I expected.
Quicker than expected. It's been like 15 minutes. Hey, there you go, Mom. Two-handed increase to 100. Let's go. How do I fortify archery potions now? Canis root, elves here, juniper, spider egg. I wonder how long it'd take without that. Oh man, that does fat damage. This really isn't leveling my archery? This is insane. That didn't level him once. Archery is just so difficult to level. My bow does 304 damage. Oh, because it's the elemental damage that's doing so much to him. Eek. How much is Oriel's bow gonna be? $41? My bow does so much more damage. That's insane. Something's wrong with bow scaling for sure then. Dude, why does this take... Why does leveling archery take so dang long? I killed him! I killed Shadowmere, dang it. Well, that's
Saved
actually...
recently?
Yeah. Well, that's actually so frustrating. It's not leveling me up. I've taken Shadowmere's health down from full to the lowest it possible on legendary difficulty, and it's not leveling up my archery. Whereas with two-handed, I didn't even like make a dent in his health, like in total. He would regen faster, and I would hit him, and it was weird. It was leveling me like constantly. There we go. Archery increased to 91. This is going to take equally as long as two-handed, if not longer. This is horrible. Please tell me I have lover's comfort right now. Do. Archery increased to 92. It's taken me 170 Daedric arrows to get 2 levels of archery. I'll switch to ebony arrows. This is painful. I thought this would be way quicker. $93, baby. Let's go. We're almost a third of the way there. I did. Shadowmere is bugged.
Okay, I added taller rooms.
No. Accidentally selected the ride Shadowmere instead of picking up an arrow on the ground. Sometimes they just go through him. Shadowmere. I shoot his butt. They never go through his butt. They always stick to his tail. Dangerously close to killing him. $94 archery, baby. $40% there. Let's go. Takes so long, man. This is way longer than two-handed. Why do I keep accidentally clicking that?
Where do you want to go?
95.
Okay, thank you very much for bringing up the idea of having taller rooms, because I love the way this looks.
And you doubted me.
Send a screenshot. But you can make really interesting ship designs now.
Look at that! It looks so much better already.
So,
And then all you
Yeah,
need to do is add different shapes, and I think that's a good system.
yeah. Oh, I forgot. I can add.
So you added taller rooms. Does that also include shorter rooms, if you'd like?
Shorter rooms would just be rooms with less floor space. I don't think we should do anything more than that, just because of the way modules work. Okay, so this is, I threw in a few of those tanks I was talking about. You can see how there not being a ceiling with that one makes it look weird.
Oh yeah, because of the sprite.
So with all modules, now there's going to have to be 2 different versions.
Well, I thought, are the room sizes, the room heights not fully customizable, or what?
What I'm doing is adding floorless rooms above it, and then I update all of the room sprites, and they check what's above them, and then... So, what's it? Smart? It's like a smart tiling system.
Okay. Just have a separate sprite for, like, a cap on the reactor or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm talking about. That's what needs to happen.
Yeah, why is this level up taking so freaking long? Did I miss a level up?
So with this system, it can open up to a lot of new things in the game. Like, we can now consider having a game where, like, you can control a lot of crew.
Right. I did miss a level up with archery. I've shot 600 arrows. Seven. I might run out of arrows before I can finish this. Hearthfire is just in the game. You don't start it. You can become Thane of Falkreath and then buy this property. And I guess that would be. Hearthfire, there's just 3 houses that you can customize across the map. This is one of them. I maxed all 3 houses, interiors and exteriors. I got max upgrades.
So I've been looking a lot more into Galactic Princess recently, and they did not have very much actually in the game at all.
Right.
Like, basically everything that they're showing off is just art assets.
Right. It does look gorgeous, though.
Yeah. Like, really, the only thing they have in the game is a build system with no UI,
Crew management. Crew control.
I've got your back.
crew,
What do you
yeah,
want me to
crew
do?
management where you can, like, send people to different areas. And then they add ship fighting. And that's it.
You lead, I'll follow.
Oh, also another big question is what sort... Okay, so you want to work with me on this game, right?
Yeah.
So, what kind of... like, ship physics should it use?
The old system was really nice, I thought.
I mean, the oldest system where it's well, what Galactic Princess does is simple. It just does, if you have any thrusters facing, like, any right thrusters, it moves the entire ship to the right whenever you activate it, no matter where its location is. There's no, like, if you put it on one end and there's no other thrusters and you turn on that thruster, it doesn't spin the ship around.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Galactic
I've got your
Princess
back.
just has
Horrible.
this simple system. And there are benefits to that, because it allows you to make much more aesthetic designs and not have to worry about the physics of everything.
I like the real system that we had before.
But the thing is, like, the ship that I just sent, the Galactic Princess ship, like, if you were to use this ship, really, it would be out of control. You couldn't use a ship that looks like this.
The picture, yeah. Because, well, I mean, why would that ship be unusable? It's just missing a few thrusters in a few spots.
It's because, like, activating all those thrusters, it would turn out of control.
Yeah, what if we had like key mapping, a key mapping system? So by default, like D activates all thrusters, but then the users can choose like which keys activate which thrusters.
But I just mean, like with this, it would tilt down if you want to go forward. Like any set of thrusters that activate would all make the
Yeah,
ship tilt
because
forward.
it's missing one thruster.
Well, even if that thruster's added, there's an imbalance. Like there's 3 rooms at the top, 2 at the bottom. It's never going to be perfect, so it's always going to be
Oh, because of weight, you're
tilting
saying?
some way. Yeah, and that's just frustrating to deal with when building a ship. One solution that's a pretty complex one is that it detects how much thruster each thruster should use to always go
Oh,
forward.
so add a margin of error.
Yeah, then that would make it so that you're just the only thing you lose by making an imperfectly designed ship. The only thing you lose is thruster efficiency. It won't actually make it any more difficult to control. That's probably the optimal solution, but that's pretty complicated.
I would say to do that, but I mean, is it that complicated? Just take the, as long as there's just a formula, right? You'd plug it into. You'd take the actual, like, I don't know, I guess X and Y on an X and Y plane. You'd take the actual Y that the ship would go with the imbalance, and then subtract that from the just a perfectly level Y, and then use the thruster formula to negate that difference.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not possible. It's just
Didn't you have something like that working in the other game though?
no. The other game, to make it work nicely, you had to make the design perfect.
Okay, so that one was a fully realistic system. But each thruster works at 100% when you press the button.
Yeah, this more advanced system would still be fully realistic.
Right. It'd have an internal system.
It's just smarter.
Right. What if we added that as like a player-defined upgrade, or player-obtainable upgrade?
That's an option. But I would want it to be available to the player from the
That's
beginning.
true.
Because it's most important in the beginning when you're figuring it out.
Right.
Figuring
I
out
agree.
building ships.
Archery increased to 100, baby.
That's something I find kind of weird about.
I have not
so like
streamed Witcher,
in
but I
Elite Dangerous
want
and some
to.
other games, or I'm not sure about Elite Dangerous, but a few games that have a 3D ship flying and more complicated docking, there's auto docking that is really expensive that you can buy. But docking is most difficult when you're first getting into the game, and then it becomes easy.
Yeah.
So I guess that's just so then it's something you can skip because at that point it's tedious. So never mind.
I see what you mean, though. I'd also want it available from the very beginning. Okay.
And I haven't programmed with the current system any rotation yet, so this is going to be annoying to use.
True.
I'm going to have to change a lot. Rotation is always just a annoying junk to implement.
Annoying junk.
You say that as if I'm not completely true.
Okay. Black Soul Gem. Grand. 47 of those.
You have 47 filled black soul gems.
And 40 filled Grand Soul Gems. With Grand Souls.
Oh.
Ain't that funny.
You have destined many people for eternity of imprisonment. Or worse.
It's true. It's true. Okay. What's the next thing I level? It is block and heavy armor. I see.
Still
The
here.
crazy thing is,
What do you want me to carry?
that's like another afterlife, practically. Capturing someone's soul. So there's so many different afterlives in Skyrim.
It's true. There are very many.
You lead, I'll follow.
So I'm gonna. What happened to my shield? Oh, there it is. I terrified myself.
What if you could soul trap Mirak and then find him in the Soul Cairn?
That would be sick. I actually did not soul trap him. I should have. That would have been cool.
Well, Hermes Mora gets the final kill.
True.
So you would need a soul trap effect that just lasts long enough to go through that cutscene. And you can't skip that cutscene because it's a Daedra.
Yes, I speak like this.
It's so annoying, but so cool that you can't skip Daedric cutscenes. Or
It's
tech.
so annoying, but so cool is, yes, that the correct way to describe that. It's just so annoying, though.
Yeah, but like, it really shows how much more they're just on a different level than most things. Like, they have effect over the fact that they're in a game. Like, that's insane.
Right. Oops, forgot to. Ethereal crown.
Are you using any of the Ethereal Crown exploits?
I'm not using an exploit. I'm using it like the way it's intended to be used for more XP.
There's tons of exploits that involve like taking it off and putting it back on again.
That's not an exploit. It's part of the game to take it off and then sleep and then put it back on. I've been using that, but
Wait, what does that do for you?
normally you can't get well rested when having Lover's Stone. But when I take off, and I have Lover's Stone on my Ethereal Crown, but when I take it off, I can sleep and get both the bonuses.
Let's see. That's a little bit extra, but yeah.
It's not actually. It's part of the game.
The more exploity thing is taking it off and putting it back on again to reset cooldowns for the powers, for the stone powers.
I don't really have one.
So you can just always have
Don't
like
have a
an
favorite.
infinite army of undead if you use the necromancy one, or countless other things. And I'd put what you're doing in a similar vein, just less powerful.
But it's not an exploit, so.
Would you consider taking it off and putting it back on again to reset the cooldowns an exploit?
Reset what cooldowns? What are you talking about?
Okay, you know how some of the standing stones let you use good powers? Like one power lets you paralyze someone and do some poison damage. Another one lets you raise all the undead around you, 5-meter radius.
I guess.
And there's countless other things. Taking the cooldown gets reset if you unequip and re-equip it. There's no way that's not an exploit.
Yeah, that's. I wouldn't consider that an exploit. I'd consider that a bug. Dude, you gotta be kidding me.
Well, it's not a bug because it does exactly what it's intended to do. When you take it off, it removes that effect from your character. When you put it back on, it adds that new effect to your character. The new effect is a different effect than the one that went on cooldown.
No, it's supposed to
So I
be
think
the
it's
same
more of an
effect.
exploit. Well, it's a new